Hello, everybody. Good afternoon, and welcome to another edition of Klamath Falls Falcons Baseball on 104.3, 960 Sports, and on MyBasin.com. It is Friday at the Oregon Single-A Legion State Tournament as the Falcons get set to take on the Eugene Ole Athletics in the winner's bracket final. The Klamath Falls Falcons enter play today 35-4, and the Oles are 24-12. It's been a great tournament so far. My name is Josh Eldridge. Thanks for joining me again today. Like I said, this is the winner's bracket championship game, and both of these teams advancing to play another day, but here's what's on the line today. The winner of this ball game will book a ticket to the Northwest Class A Regional Tournament in Casper, Wyoming. Effectively, you win today and you make it to Sunday. And if you make it to Sunday and that Tournament Championship Series, you are off to the Northwest Class A Regional. Two Oregon teams, the state champ and the runners-up, are guaranteed a spot, and if you win this game, you've got that chance. And as we're introduced to the starting lineups here at the field, we'll introduce you to them as well. First, for our visitors, the Klamath Falls Falcons, who are being led off by their shortstop, Carson Sims. Corbin Hamilton, the first baseman, bats second, followed by Jacoby Takini, the catcher, batting third. Ian Myers at third base hitting cleanup today. Colin Takini, the second baseman, hits fifth. P.J. Safford is the designated hitter. He bats sixth today. Trustin Thomas is in right field batting seventh. Max Rogers is in left field hitting eighth. And Harley Hoblet is in center field. He bats ninth today for the Falcons. They're going up against Chuck Binstad on the hill today for the Oles. And the lineup behind him goes like this. The left fielder is Bo Travis. He leads off. Blake Singleton is the third baseman. He bats second. Coda Skinner, the right fielder, hits third. Colton Hardman at shortstop bats fourth. Hitting fifth is Ryan Letsom, the designated hitter. Colton Clark is at first base. He hits sixth, followed by Rowdy Williams, the catcher, batting seventh. Zach Hermanson is the second baseman. He hits eighth. And Landon Vaughn is in center field. He bats ninth. Already two teams sent home today at the tournament as well. The day opened up with Central Point defeating the host North Coos 15-5. As I arrived at the ballpark today, Columbia Gorge defeated the Portland Everett Street Mechanics 4-0. So again, as we look at the bracket, it is Columbia Gorge and Central Point who have advanced. Now here's the thing. Regardless of the outcome of this game, Klamath Falls will play Columbia Gorge tomorrow. The Oles will play Central Point. It's just a matter of who plays at 1 o'clock and who plays at 4 o'clock. And the victor in this game will take their opponent to the 4 o'clock game. Again, Columbia Gorge will play Klamath Falls. Central Point will play the Oles. It's just a matter of which time slot those two games are played. And again, you win this one, and you've got a couple more weeks left of baseball at the Northwest Class A Regional Tournament in Casper, Wyoming. I'll give you the full outlook of the bracket and explain exactly how that works when we come back and as we move throughout the rest of today's broadcast. But in the meantime, we're going to step aside for 2 minutes as we hear the Legion Creed, and when we come back, it's time for first pitch between the Oles and the Falcons at the Oregon Single-A Legion State Tournament on 104.3, 960 Sports and MyBasin.com.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes. That'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
So lonely, I just sigh and moan. Seems like I've been waiting forever, wondering if you're coming home. I just saw your face, I know you're coming home. I swear there is no place that feels as good as home. And then I heard your voice, I know you're coming home. I know you're coming home.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coltwell Banker, where home begins.
goals? To get stronger, move better, feel healthier? Whatever you're aiming for, Harbor Isles is here to help you. They have brand new cardio and strength equipment. Harbor Isles offers indoor tennis courts, 4 indoor pickleball courts, energizing group classes, expert personal trainers, and a friendly, knowledgeable staff ready to guide you every step of the way. No matter what your goals are, Harbor Isles has everything you need to reach those goals. Stop by and see the difference for yourself. Harbor Isles, lose those reins and get your gains.
Josh Eldridge back with you ahead of first pitch between the Klamath Falls Falcons and the Eugene Ole Athletics. It is another day at the Oregon Single A Legion State Tournament, and it is game number 11 here today at the tournament. Again, already 2 previous games played today. Saw Portland go home, saw North Coos go home. Both of these teams ready to play tomorrow, not an elimination game. Both of these teams are 2-0 in tournament play. For Klamath Falls, it was wins against Portland on Wednesday and then against Central Point yesterday. For the Oles, against West Albany on Wednesday, and then against Columbia Gorge yesterday. And so that's how we find ourselves here against the Oles, facing them for the second time this season. It was back at the end of June when these two teams ran into each other at Swede Johnson Stadium at North Eugene High School. It was a 14-1 win for the Klamath Falls Falcons on that day, but truthfully a competitive game throughout until the 9th inning when the Falcons plated 8 runs to really push that game out of hand. But again, a 14-1 win against the Oles back on June 24th. But here in the state tournament, it's a different animal, and Chuck Binstadt on the mound today for Eugene from Marist Catholic High School, the recent high school graduate getting ready to throw against Carson Sims in their blue jerseys and white pants today. The Oles in their grays with Ole Athletics written across their chest. First pitch of the ball game misses low, and the count is 1-0. Few minutes ahead of schedule today on mybasin.com. It is 67 degrees here on the Oregon coast as the 1-0 pitch is called a strike on the outer third. Count is even to Carson Sims. Binstadt, the right-hander, delivers the 1-1, and that one is going to miss outside, 2 balls and a strike. Binstadt, the team leader in innings pitched and games started. This is his 9th start of the season. He carries a 3-1 record. He's allowed 25 hits and 17 earned as a leadoff base runner in this ball game for the Falcons. So now in steps Corbin Hamilton, who had a fantastic ball game yesterday, reached base every time up. He did reach twice on errors and once on a walk, so 2 for 4 officially. But he scored 4 runs in an 8-run outburst for the Falcons. Here he looks to lay down a bunt, lays one nicely in front of the mound. Binstadt has to come off the hill and does. Sims looking to run to third. Aggressiveness trying to get there on the bunt, but he is out. They're trying to say the third baseman dropped the ball. Coach Teeter says the tag is not applied, that the ball was dropped. Umpire's going to have to get together and discuss this one. Sims heads up trying to go first to third on a bunt, leaving it uncovered. Singleton recovered, got to the bag, but they're saying when the tag was applied that the ball popped free, or at least that's what Coach Teeters is arguing, and now the umpires are having a discussion about this. They're calling Sims out, and so that is a double play. A 1-3-5 double play erases the leadoff walk and brings up Jacoby Tacchini with the bases empty and 2 outs. So here is Jacoby Tacchini. He had a 3-run bomb in yesterday's win against Central Point as he takes a pitch down and in here. Count is 1-0. To go along with the 3-run jack in yesterday's ball game, Tacchini also had an RBI double in the first inning, and he also singled in the 4th. Here's the pitch to Jacoby. Hits that one well the opposite way, but it goes foul. And the count is even at a ball and a strike. Nice little breeze coming in from right field, as has been customary throughout the week here in North Bend. And temperature continuing to drop throughout the evening as well. Our high today was 68, and right now it's 66. Could get as low as 62 by the time tonight's festivities are over. As that pitch misses low in the dirt and away to Jacoby Tacchini, 2-1. Had a chance to talk to Jacoby earlier today on my normal air shift on 92.5 KLAD. The 2-1 is going to be called a strike, knee high on the outer third, 2-2. Tacchini said when he hit that home run yesterday, it was no doubt, and it felt great coming off the bat. Rewatching that clip, he ran quickly down the first base line, was celebrating, and then was able to pull up after that. Here he sends a deep fly ball to right field that's gathered by Skinner, and that'll do it for the top of the first inning. We go to the bottom half next, scoreless on 104.3, 960 Sports and MyBasin.com.
The Klamath Basin is beautiful, from shimmering Klamath Lake to rich farmlands to the historic downtown. And with an average of over 300 days of sunshine every year, the Klamath Basin is a great place to be. We here at Basin Media Active have been supporting this community for many years, keeping it entertained and informed with friendly faces and familiar voices. You can stay up to date with the latest news, weather, stream live local sports, and check out our community calendar, all on our website, mybasin.com. And you can download our app for free in your app store right now. Basin Media Active, local, community, engaged.
Hunter Glidden getting warmed up out there for the Klamath Falls Falcons as we take on the Eugene Ole Athletics today at the Oregon Single-A Legion State Tournament. Clyde Allen Field in North Bend, Oregon. Bo Travis, Blake Singleton, and Coda Skinner getting ready to face off against Hunter Glidden. Taking a look at the stats for Hunter this season, he's making his 8th start. It's his 11th overall appearance. Glidden has an unblemished 6-0 record. He's allowed 20 hits, 10 runs, just 3 earned. He's walked 19 and struck out a team-high 51 batters this season. A team ERA, or I suppose an ERA for Glidden of 5.78. Thought he was the team leader, but it's actually Medeiros who's leading the team in ERA right now, but still a sub-1 ERA for Hunter Glidden coming into play today. That is splendid through 36 and a third innings pitched. Go along with 51 strikeouts. That's also an alarming number for Glidden. He's had that swing and miss stuff this season, and he's already faced Eugene once. It was back in that game at Swede Johnson Stadium on June 24th as he gets ready to face Bo Travis, leading things off for the Oles. Travis digs into the left-handed batter's box, and here's the pitch. It is going to miss down and in. The count is 1-0. Glidden in the start against Eugene on June 24th worked 6 innings, allowing 3 hits and striking out 7 batters. That pitch misses low and away as well, 2-0. Bo Travis was left out of the starting lineup in that game on June 24th. So this is his first look at Hunter Glidden this season. The 2-0 from Glidden misses upstairs, and he falls behind 3-0 here against Bo Travis. Jacoby Tacchini, the other half of the battery for the Falcons, will introduce you to the defense after this 3-0 pitch that misses low and away, and a leadoff walk delivered to the Oles. Ian Meyer at third base, Carson Sims at short. Colin Tacchini plays second with Corbin Hamilton at first. Max Rogers is in left, Harley Hoblet is in center, and Trustin Thomas is in right. Here comes Blake Singleton for the Oles. First pitch from Glidden. That one is going to miss upstairs. Glidden having trouble finding the strike zone to start this ball game. 5 straight misses. He falls behind the number 2 hitter, 1-0. Singleton from North Eugene High School, class of 27. And there's a strike from Hunter, a 2-seam fastball over the heart of the plate. He evens things up against the third baseman for the Oles, Blake Singleton. Lead off at first for Travis. Not a terribly large lead over there. The 1-1 home from Glidden. That one's in the zone as well. Ball and 2 strikes. Singleton on the season, a .245 hitter for the Oles. Trying to move that runner into scoring position in the bottom of the first inning of a scoreless ball game here at the state tournament. Curveball lifted to the right side, but bending foul. And the count remains a ball and 2 strikes to Singleton, with Coda Skinner due up next for the Oles. Coached today by KJ Strickland. Falcons coached by Sean Teeters. Here's the 1-2 from Glidden. That one is going to miss just off the plate. Might have been a touch low. And the count is even to Singleton. Singleton on the season. 20 of his 23 hits have been singles, 2 triples and a double on the year. Here's the 2-2 home. That one's looked at for strike 3. Glidden painting the outside black for the first out in the first inning. All right, now it's Coda Skinner for the Olies. Skinner, one of the more dangerous hitters on this Eugene ball club, .395 hitter. He leads the team in singles this year, 26 singles. He's also got 6 doubles, 2 triples, 24 homers on the season. That pitch is called a strike. Nice curveball there from Glidden. The count is 0-1. Hunter Glidden, class of 28 at Henley High School, an all-conference selection this year. Oh, he found the zone there. Might have been a bit off the plate, but called a strike regardless. Skinner going to have to protect that outside corner, now down 0-2. Leading off at first is Bo Travis. He earned his way aboard on a walk to start the inning. Glidden tries to pick him off and overthrows Hamilton. Travis gets up, breaks for second, and he's in there on the error. And a runner in scoring position with 1 out as Travis now able to be driven in by Coda Skinner. He advanced on that error. Ian Meyer, ever the leader, goes out and has a quick chat with Glidden after that mishap, offering some words of encouragement. One of the veterans on this ball club. We'll see what he said to Glidden. Did it work? The 0-2 home to Skinner. That one is hit well to right field. Thomas is going to dive and make the catch in right. Goodness, Trustin Thomas with a Gold Glove play in right to steal away a base hit and record the second out in the inning. Colton Hartman getting ready to step in now for the for the Olies. Hartman starting shortstop today for this Eugene team, with Travis still standing in scoring position at second base. And if you can leave him there after a leadoff walk, that'd go a long way towards building Glidden's confidence. Here's the first pitch. Curveball, strike 1. Got it looking on the outside corner. If Glidden can stay away from these right-handers and exploit a strike zone that leaks off the plate a little bit, he'll be dangerous today. The 0-1 on the way from Glidden. That one is going to miss low, just below the knees. Count is 1-1 to Colton Hartman. A .358 hitter on the team, leads the squad in extra base hits. 12 doubles, 4 triples on the season, and a team-high 33 RBI. Glidden misses high with that one, 2-1. After Hartman in the order, it's Ryan Letzum. Takini, who I've learned has been calling most of the pitches this week, sets the signal and the target. Here's the 2-1. Curveball, and Hartman checked his swing, but it's called strike 2 anyway. Caught it right over the outside part of the plate, knee high. A great location for Glidden. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 1 runner on. Bottom of the first, ending scoreless at the state tournament. Here's the pitch from Glidden. It is going to miss low. Counts full, 3-2. Hartman digs into the right-handed batter's box. The 3A All-State recipient from Cresswell High School. Here comes the pitch. It is hit well to right field, down for a base hit. They wave in Travis, and Thomas doesn't come up with it cleanly. It'll be a base hit and an RBI for Colton Hartman as the Olies are on the board, 1-0. Add another RBI to the season for Colton Hartman, number 34 on the year, and he gets his team a first-inning lead at the state tournament. Brings up Ryan Letzum. Letzum, the designated hitter today, hitting in spot of the pitcher, Chuck Binstadt. He steps out here. Letzum reached base a few times yesterday in the game against Columbia Gorge. It was 8-2 win for the Olies in that one. Was hit by a pitch twice, but here he sends a line drive into left field. And a base hit, back-to-back singles here for the Olies. Extend this inning. Hartman advances into scoring position, and it brings up Colden Clark. with 2 outs in the first. Clark, the starting first baseman today for the Olies. Bats here from the right side. Colden Clark, also from Cresswell High School, gets ready to dig in here against Glidden. First pitch on the way. Curveball, line back up the middle, and another base hit. They're waving in Hartman. The throw in from center field is cut off. And an RBI single for Colden Clark, and the Olies lead 2-0. Runners remain at first and second, and it brings up Rowdy Williams. 3 straight singles here for the Olies. And they're continuing to rally here against the Falcons. Rowdy Williams getting ready to step in here. Williams on the season, a .261 hitter. The Olies lead by 2 here in the bottom of the first inning. Pitch from Glidden on the way. Misses upstairs, 1-0. Takini's going to call timeout. We'll have a chat with Glidden out there. I'll remind you, our broadcast today on mybasin.com, brought to you in part by Geno's on East Main Street in Klamath Falls, open every morning at 6:30, serving up their famous breakfast burritos. Those are served all day long, along with other menu items like burgers, monthly specials, and Italian favorites. You can order online at ilovegenos.com or have it brought to you with DoorDash. All right, the count's 1-0 to Williams as we get ready for baseball. At second is Letsom. Clark is at first. Pitch from Glidden. Finds the outside corner. Counts even. 1-1 to Williams. Zach Hermanson is on deck for the Olies. Here's the pitch, the 1-1. That one also fouled back, 1-2. After a leadoff walk, a strikeout, and a flyout, Hartman, Letsom, and Clark all had well-struck balls up the middle. So now the 1-2 home. Here it comes. It is fouled back. Williams choked up quite a bit on that bat to try to make contact with Glidden's 2-strike pitch. A lot of movement on the 2-seam. He's had the curveball working, but the Olies have jumped early in the count to earn those base hits I talked about. Now with 2 strikes on him, Glidden trying to get control of this at-bat against Williams and gets him to fish for one that he fouls off. Counts 1-2. Williams, predominantly a singles hitter. 22 of his 23 hits have been singles, 1 double on the season, 9 RBI. Glidden delivers the pitch. Grounder toward the right side. It is foul ball. Fielded nicely by the first base umpire. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Got 3 umpires today. Have typically run 2, but I think for the rest of the tournament it's 3 all the way. We got home plate, first base, and then umpire out there managing the pitcher and second and third base as well. Here's the 1-2 home. Curveball, rung him up. Strike 3 on the outer third. Glidden leaves a couple of stranded, but Eugene pushes 2 across. They take a 2-0 lead to the top half of the second next on mybasin.com.
Introducing Smith Bates Marcom Solutions, your trusted partner in marketing and communication. We specialize in crafting compelling campaigns, eye-catching graphics, and impactful branding materials.
Smith Bates is like working with dependable friends. They always help us build our professional image.
Through the innovative strategies that the team at Smith Bates suggested, we've been able to give the brand at Calor the boost that it desperately needed.
Unlock your potential with Smith Bates Marcom Solutions.
Rob, why do you think so many families choose Subaru here?
Because they're built for real life here in Southern Oregon.
All-wheel drive, safety, and room for everything from kids to camping gear.
And we've got Subarus in stock, ready to go when you are.
Plus, we're locally owned and deeply involved in the community.
When you buy from us, you buy from a dealership that supports Klamath Falls. Stop by and say hi.
Friendly, local, and easy to work with. That's us at Klamath Falls Subaru, right on Washburn Way.
Top of the second inning here on 104.3, 960 Sports, and MyBasin.com. The Klamath Falls Falcons take on the Eugene Athletics. Game number 11 of the Oregon Single-A Legion State Baseball Tournament. Ian Meyer, Colin Tacchini, P.J. Safford looking to get the rally started here for the Falcons, who trail by a pair. First pitch to Meyer, 1-0, misses away. Talked to Meyer on my show on K-Lad this morning as well. Talked to Meyer about the fact that he's always wearing a smile up there. It's something I appreciate about watching Meyer play. And he says, we're playing a game, man. You got to have fun. If you're not having fun, then you're doing it wrong. And I think that's a great attitude to have. The 1-1 to Meyer, late on the fastball, 1-2. Yesterday in the win, Meyer had an RBI when he reached on a fielder's choice, also knocked in a run on a double in the 7th inning. Here he sends a sharp ground ball to shortstop. Hartman knocks it down. The throw to first is then not in time. And Meyer reaches on the error to lead off the second inning. It brings up Colin Tacchini. It was an error that allowed the Oles to get a run across in the first inning. I suppose it was what allowed them to move a runner into scoring position in the first inning. The Falcons looking to take advantage of a similar gift here. First pitch to Tacchini. Ground ball to short. A chance for Hartman to redeem himself. On to second for 1. On to first for 2. And a 6-4-3 double play as they extinguish the Falcons with 2 double plays in as many innings after a leadoff hitter. And now with 2 outs, it brings up P.J. Safford. Safford, the designated hitter today, had a couple of base hits and a 2-for-4 performance in the win against Central Point on Thursday. Today he takes the 1-0 pitch inside. And after Safford, it is Trustin Thomas in the Falcons' order. Like I said, it was a 1-3-5 double play in the first inning. There was just the typical 6-4-3 to get 2 outs in this inning. And Binstat able to let his defense work today, but right now falls behind a Safford 2-0. Here's the pitch. That one also skips beneath the zone, 3-0. Safford, a .344 hitter this season. Couple of extra base hits, 29 RBIs on the year for him. 25 runs scored as well. Right now trying to get something started. The 3-0 home. That one's in the turf. Safford gets first. It brings up Trustin Thomas. Thomas getting the nod in right field today for the Falcons. Had a great defensive play in the first inning. A diving catch. Saved a base hit. Trying to do it with the stick now is Thomas. Had a single and scored a run yesterday. Also knocked in an RBI on a fielder's choice. First pitch misses away. Counts 1-0 to Thomas. On the season, Trustin a .300 hitter. He is perfectly .300 right now. Here's the 1-0. This is low. Counts 2-0 to Trustin. And if the inning continues, Max Rogers gets a chance next. Rowdy Williams, the catcher, goes out to have a quick chat with Binstat. And we'll set the defense for you. For the Oles, as Singleton is at third, Hartman is at short, Hermanson at second with Clark at first. Travis in left, Vaughn in center, and Skinner in right. Thomas going down the third base line to talk with Coach Teeters as Williams talks with Binstat. But now it looks like we're ready to go. Safford leads off of first. The 2-0 pitch home. That one misses away. 3-0 the count to Trustin Thomas. Might have been a touch below the knees as well. After 2 quick outs in this inning, Binstat walked Safford, now falls behind Thomas. 3-0. The pitch. That one also misses wide. Back-to-back 2-out walks, and in steps Max Rogers. Falcons looking to take advantage of this opportunity. They've had 4 base runners today, but they haven't yet collected a base hit. Sims walked to lead off the ball game. Meyer reached on an error. Both of those guys got turned into double plays. But Safford and Thomas both walked, and now here's Rogers. Pitch to Max. That is strike one on the outside corner. Rogers hasn't had a lot of opportunity this state tournament to swing the bat, but a .306 hitter on the season. Smaller sample size for Max. He's 11 for 36 on the year, but also has 3 doubles, 12 RBIs. He's scored a lot of runs as a courtesy runner, 31 runs scored this year. Here he takes a pitch below the knees for strike 2, and Rogers going to have to defend that outside part. Again, it's been there against right-handed hitters so far today. Here's the 0-2 home from Binstat. Rogers checks his swing on a pitch that missed low. Maybe a touch inside. Everyone on Eugene thought that was strike 3. I thought if that last pitch was called a strike, that one looked higher than the other one. But must have missed inside. Counts 1-2 to Rogers. Second baseman Hermanson trying to keep Safford close at second. The pitch to Max this time will ring him up. Strike 3 looking to end the inning, and that'll do it here in the second. We go to the bottom half next in a 2-run ball game. Eugene leads Klamath Falls on 104.3, 960 Sports, and mybasin.com.
When your care feels complicated, you need someone who won't back away. At Heartfelt, they are known for taking on the cases others won't. Complex, high-risk, and deeply personal situations that deserve real attention. They specialize in minimally invasive procedures, helping you heal faster and get back to your life, your family, your work. And they are here for the long term, not just one visit. No referrals needed, just care that truly shows up for you. Visit heartfeltobgyn.com or call 541-205-6890. Heartfelt OBGYN. Expert care when it matters most.
At Pacific Power, we can't predict the future, but we're preparing for every possibility. With more extreme weather year-round, we're investing in an energy system ready for what comes next. By strengthening the grid, using smart infrastructure, and drawing from our diverse energy resources, we're not just powering today. We're designing an energy system that's built to weather tomorrow. Energy that makes powering your greatness possible.
It's the bottom half of the second inning here in game number 11 of the Oregon Single-A Legion Baseball State Tournament. Falcons trail the Eugene Oles 2-0. It's Zach Hermanson, Landon Vaughn, and Bo Travis due up this half against Hunter Glidden. Gave up 3 hits and 2 runs in the bottom half of the first, but trying to keep Eugene off the board here in the second. And he starts it out on the right foot. A looping breaking ball called strike 1 against Hermanson. Glidden works ahead of the second baseman for the Oles. Comes set. Glidden works predominantly out of the stretch. This one is popped up straight behind home plate. That's going in the crowd. I think it landed on the bathrooms, perhaps. Regardless, count is 0-2 to Zach Hermanson for the Oles. Hermanson on the season for Eugene is hitting .333 on the summer. The 0-2, Glidden set with it, trying to set down the leadoff hitter in the second. Here's the pitch. Two-seam fastball hit well to left field, but Rogers hardly has to move to put that one away. It was struck well, a line drive right at the left fielder, Hermanson, the first casualty in the second. Brings up Landon Vaughn for the Oles. Vaughn on the year, a .284 hitter for the Eugene Ball Club. Again, more games to come tomorrow. We already know the opponents that these two teams will face. It's just a matter of who plays the early game, who plays the late game, as Glidden pushes across strike 1 against Landon Vaughn. The Falcons will play Columbia Gorge. The Oles will play Central Point, but the winner of this game takes that matchup into the 4 o'clock game tomorrow afternoon. Here's a ground ball set over to first. Hamilton up with it, takes it to the bag himself. 3 unassisted for the second out in the second inning. Back to the top of the Oles order, it's Bo Travis. Winner of this game also books themselves a ticket to Casper, Wyoming in a sort of roundabout way. Again, Oregon gets 2 bids to the Northwest Class A Regional this year. First pitch to Travis called strike 1, so I'll say because they're up right now, if hypothetically Eugene hangs on to this lead, they won't be facing elimination on Saturday. Regardless of a win or a loss on Saturday, that means they'll be playing for a state championship one way or another on Sundays. The 0-1 is fouled off. Because if you lose on Saturday, that means you go straight to game number 15. If you win on Saturday, then you have 2 chances to win on Sunday with games 14 and 15. And so with Oregon, their state champ and runner-up going to the regional, winner here books a ticket. 0-2 fouled off. Falcons, of course, made it to the Northwest Class A Regional a season ago, placed runners-up, fell to the Bitterroot Red Sox in the final. Here's the 0-2 to Bo Travis. The pitch, curveball, grounded to the right side, foul. Glidden's got 2 quick outs to start this inning, and he works ahead of Travis, who walked and scored in the first inning. From the left side, Travis awaits the pitch. He gets jammed up on the 2-seam. Glidden slots it in for strike 3. 3 up, 3 down in the second, but the Oles carry a 2-run lead to the third inning next on 104.3, 960 Sports and MyBasin.com.
What are your goals? To get stronger, move better, feel healthier? Whatever you are aiming for, Harbor Isles is here to help you. They have brand new cardio and strength equipment. Harbor Isles offers indoor tennis courts, 4 indoor pickleball courts, energizing group classes, expert personal trainers, and a friendly, knowledgeable staff ready to guide you every step of the way. No matter what your goals are, Harbor Isles has everything you need to reach those goals. Stop by and see the difference for yourself. Harbor Isles, lose those reins and get your gains.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Harley Hoblet, Carson Sims, and Corbin Hamilton do up this half inning for the Klamath Falls Falcons as they trail the Eugene Ole Athletics 2-0. Hoblet looking for his first hit in the state tournament, although he was hit by 2 pitches yesterday. Here he's looking to show a bunt, but he pulls back, and it's called strike 1 anyway against him. Along with being hit by the pitch twice yesterday, Hoblet grounded out a pair of times. Here's the 0-1 to Harley. This is away, 1-1. Hoblet, the starting center fielder today for the Falcons, actually gave a pretty candid interview with me on K-Lad earlier today as he takes a pitch off the plate for strike 2. Talked about how much he loved this game and how much he appreciates the community support, how much he has felt it even only as just a freshman. That pitch misses outside, 2-2. Said he was nervous to come on out and try out for this team, but has really felt the love, and once he became an everyday player, he's loved every minute of it. The 2-2 hit foul, count remains 2-2. He said it was kind of hard to find his role and earn that starting role, but once he did, he has not let go of it. Hoblet, a .315 hitter this season. He's had a good summer, his first campaign with the Falcons. The 2-2 hit weakly to the right side. Hermanson charging. He is up with it. The throw on to first is in time. Hoblet hustling, made it a close play, but ultimately Hermanson making the routine putout. And there's one gone in the top of the third inning. Carson Sims getting ready to step in now for Klamath Falls. He's without an official at-bat in this one. He walked in the first inning. Like I said yesterday, came up with a base hit in the third and scored a run. Here he hits a fly ball to center field on the first pitch, but playable for Landon Vaughn, and 2 gone in the third. So now in steps Corbin Hamilton. Hamilton 0 for 1 in the ball game. He laid down a bunt in the first, was thrown out, and then wound up being a double play on that inning, or I suppose on that play, as he takes a pitch on the inner third for ball 1. Count is 1-0 to Hamilton. Here comes Binstat. It's fouled off. Counts even a ball and a strike. If Hamilton finds a way to get on base and extend this inning, Jacoby Takini is due up next. Binstat from the windup. Here's the 1-1. That one bounces to the plate, and Hamilton works ahead, 2 balls and a strike. Hamilton on the season, a .455 hitter. Here's the 2-1. That one struck to the right side, but well fouled, 2-2. Hamilton, as has been customary this season, taking his football to the yard, slinging it around before game time. He's brought that thing to a lot of games this year, and the boys seem to love it. Here's the 2-2 to Hamilton. Chopper to the left side, foul 2-2. I understand the boys also went to the beach last night. There was no fog. They went out, they brought the boogie boards out to the beach, brought the football, watched the sunset. I imagine the football got pretty competitive if I know these guys. Here's the 2-2 on the way from Bidstadt. Hamilton awaits. Another well-struck ball to the right side, foul. Putting up a good fight up there is Hamilton. The 2-2. Hit to the right side. Hermanson plays it on a hop. The throw to first is in time. 3 up, 3 down in the third. And the Falcons trail the Ole's 2-0. We go to the bottom half next on 104.3, 960 Sports, mybasin.com.
There's something special about this place. It's more than the quiet mornings and the open skies. It's more than the scenery. It's the people. Around here, people still wave when you pass by. They check in when something's wrong. They show up when it matters. At Sage Credit Union, we're proud to live and work in a region that believes in each other. A place where neighbors lend a hand, small businesses thrive, and generosity runs deep. We believe that being part of a community means giving back to it, not just with dollars, but with time, effort, and heart. That's why our employees earn paid volunteer time. That's why you'll see us at food drives, fundraisers, and the local fair. We show up for our community. This isn't just where we work. This is where we live, where we give, and where we grow. Right here, in the coffee shop, at the fundraiser, and in our local branch. At Sage Credit Union, we've found our people. We'll see you around town.
Bottom of the third inning, and it's 2, 3, and 4 in the Ole's order, due up against Hunter Glidden, Blake Singleton, Coda Skinner, and Colton Hartman. The Ole's lead the Falcons by 2 in the bottom of the third. My name is Josh Eldridge. Thanks for joining us today on mybasin.com or listening on the radio, 104.3, 960 Sports. I know we got some reliable fans who like to tune in on the radio back home, so much appreciated. Thanks for spending your Friday evening with me. Here's the first pitch to Blake Singleton. Glidden delivers. Curve ball hit to shallow left center field. Sims goes back. It's in and out of his glove. And it'll be a leadoff single for Singleton here in the third inning. That brings up Coda Skinner. Sims was going back. Not an easy ball to get to. Had to jump for it, but just out of reach. Couldn't bring it in. And a leadoff single for Singleton brings up Skinner. Singleton now 1 for 2 on the day. Glidden set. Here's the pitch. Nice curveball finds the inside corner against Skinner, who's 0 for 1 in this ball game. Skinner flew out to right field in the first. Meyer at third base playing in on the cut of the grass, protecting for a potential bunt from Skinner. But a guy who hits .395, I think the Ole's want him to swing away, and he does. He hits one well to right center field, down for a single. And Singleton advances into scoring position. 2 men on, nobody out, and it brings up Colton Hartman. And credit to the Ole's, who have seemed to have a plan of attack today. And that's to swing early and often in the count against Hunter Glidden, a guy who throws a lot of strikes. Like we said, leads the team in strikeouts. He's around the zone all day. If you get 2 strikes on you, you're in trouble. But if you don't let it get that far, the Ole's seem to be swinging at these early count fastballs and hitting them well, as this is a bunt laid down the first base side, foul. Hartman trying to advance both guys over, but laying it foul down the first base side. Count is 0-1. Ryan Ledsum is due up next for the Ole's. And so it's up to the Falcons to adjust to that counter adjustment from Eugene, right? They've seen him earlier in the year. Glidden got 7 strikeouts in 6 innings. He's got a couple of Ks today, but again, swinging early in the count has worked for the Ole's in the early parts of the ball game. The 0-1, trying to lay down a bunt again. It's pushed foul again off the bat of Hartman in the count 0-2. Trying to move Singleton to third and Skinner to second, but right now a station behind. The Ole's got each of their 2 runs in the first inning with RBI base hits from Hartman and from Colden Clark. Hartman also scored in that first inning. Here he is in an 0-2 count. The delivery from Glidden misses low. 1-2. Hartman picked up RBI number 34 on that last hit in the previous inning and is the team leader in said category. Here's the pitch. Curveball, chopped foul again. Counts 1-2. Nice play by KJ Strickland, third base coach there for the Ole's. He returns the ball to Glidden, and he's going to try to set down Hartman again. Still in a 1-2 count. 2 men on, nobody out. Takini sets the target. Here's the pitch from Glidden. That one's a bouncer up the middle. Sims takes it to second himself, then throws to Hamilton for a double play, but Singleton advances to third on the 6-3 double play for the Falcons. Nice job there for Carson Sims taking command of that play. Could have underhand tossed it to Takini, but realized with his momentum already going towards first base, he would have had the easier throw, took it, and there's 2 gone in the inning. But now with the runner at third, here's Ryan Letsom. Had a single in the first, not an RBI single though. He was left stranded in that inning. Here's the first pitch. It's a check swing on a pitch in the turf. Got away from Takini for a moment, but not enough for Singleton to advance and score a run on that wild pitch. Letsom on the season is a .262 hitter. Took a first pitch to left field last time up. Here he looks at the 1-0 for strike 1. A looping breaking ball there from Glidden, just slotted in the outside third. And the count is even to the designated hitter for the Ole's. Set again is Glidden. Here's the 1-1. Another curveball, another chance for Sims at short. Backhands it. A strong throw is in time. And after a couple of singles to lead off the inning, a double play and a ground out keeps the Ole's off the board in the third. But they do have a lead headed to the fourth next on mybasin.com.
At Geno's on East Main Street, we're always ready for sports season.
And now is a perfect time to connect with us.
We're open every morning at 6:30, serving simply good food
for your breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
We offer breakfast burritos and burgers all day, Italian family recipes,
monthly specials, amazing desserts, and of course, your choice of cold or hot beverages.
Call 884-6474 right now to place a food order for pickup or use DoorDash delivery.
Or best of all, come dine in with us.
Geno's on East Main, simply good food.
Check out our full menu and all our activities at ilovegenos.com. Geno's on East Main, simply good food.
Josh Eldridge back with you here on 104.3 and 960 Sports. Top of the fourth inning. Let's check our line scores here quickly before we get going. The Eugene Ole's lead 2-0. 2 runs, 5 hits, 1 error for the Falcons. No runs, no hits, 1 error. First pitch to Jacoby Takini. Grounder down the third base side, foul, and the count is 0-1. The Falcons catcher. Takini flew out to right field his last time up today. Has had a good tournament. Like I said, had a 4 RBI day yesterday. Had 1 RBI in the opener on Wednesday. That pitch misses away, 1-1. Takini, a .488 hitter. Second on the team in that category. The 1-1. Hit off to the right side, foul, 1-2. Despite being second in average, Takini leads the team in just about every other stat, including hits, doubles, homers, RBIs. Here's the 1-2. Line drive over the head of the second baseman Hermanson and into right center field. Takini with the leadoff single, just what the doctor ordered for the Falcons in the fourth. First hit of the day for Klamath Falls. And as sure-handed as can be, Ian Meyer steps in next. Meyer reached on an error in the second inning, but was turned into a double play on the very next batter. Here, after a leadoff single, trying to continue the good fortunes for the Falcons, who trail the Olies by 2 here at the state tournament. Winner advances to the Northwest Class A Regional Tournament, regardless of the outcome of the rest of their tournament. Pitch to Meyer, misses wide, 1-0. Again, Oregon gets 2 bids to the Northwest Class A Regional Tournament this year, along with the host Wyoming. You've got teams from Alaska, Idaho, Montana, Utah, along with Wyoming and Oregon going to that event. Here's the 1-0 to Ian Meyer. We'll have to wait as they throw over to Barrett, by the way, now in running for Jacoby at first. But again, you win here and you're guaranteed at least a shot at a state championship on Sunday, and therefore at least, at worst, a runner-up finish, meaning you get that second bid out of the state of Oregon. So a lot to play for today, even if not an elimination, of course. A lot on the line. Wanted to make it easier for yourself potentially on Sunday if you can win tomorrow as well. Now, whomever wins this game will have a big advantage going into the final 2 days of this tournament. The 2-0 home to Meyer. Misses wide, 3-0. Colin Takini is due up next for the Falcons. Set is Binstad. Now the pitch. That one is called a strike. Letter high on the outer third, 3-1 to Meyer. Not a bad take in a 3-0 count. His two-seam fastball started off the plate, broke back over the zone. Count is 3-1. Here's the pitch. Meyer sends one down the line at first, but that's also foul. Credit to Binstad here, falling behind 3-0, working at full 3-2. Wonder if you have Barrett get a little bit of a head start, if you feel confident in Meyer's ability to put the bat to the baseball so he avoids a double play. Here's the pitch. No movement at first. Meyer line drive, center field, base hit. Barrett to second. Back-to-back singles to lead off the fourth. Falcons in business in this half inning, and it brings up Colin Takini. Colin grounded into a double play in the second, looking for better fortunes here. Takini on the season, .361 hitter. 11 doubles, his second most on the team. 33 RBIs as well. Barrett's got good speed out there at second. Barrett, who's been commonly used as a courtesy runner this year, has scored 38 runs, fourth most on the team. Here's the pitch to Colin Takini. Looks to lay down a bunt. Takini pulls back. It's called a strike, 0-1. After Colin in the Falcons order, it's P.J. Safford. Yesterday in the win, Takini was hitless, 0-for-4. First day of the tournament, Takini was the hero. A walk-off single in the 10th inning. Here's the 0-1. This one is bunted down the third base side, but foul. Now, Colin did pitch yesterday, to be fair to him. Worked to start, got a win. But now looking to do it with the bat. He's behind 0-2. Looks down the third base side. Gets a new set of signs from Coach Teeters. Looks down the first base side, sees Coach Whistler. Coach Craig Connor in the dugout. Takini in an 0-2 count. Here it comes from Chuck Binstad. Curveball swung on and missed. Nice pitch there from Binstad to set down Takini. And it brings up P.J. Safford. Binstad, class of 26 from Marist Catholic High School. Marist, of course, dominant 4A classification year in and year out, and defending state champions now after defeating Tillamook in the title game 4-3 on June 6th. Binstad has pitched in big games, and this no different. Here's the pitch to Safford. Knee-high fastball misses away, 1-0. Safford worked a walk in the second inning. He was left stranded at second in that inning. 2-0 the score, top of the fourth. 2 men on for the Falcons. Here's the pitch to Safford. Chopper up the middle, gloved by Binstat, throws to second for 1, on to first for 2. Third double play by the Ole's defense today, that time 1-6-3 to get him out of the fourth inning. We go to the bottom half next in a 2-run ball game on mybasin.com.
Come on in. Hey, I'm Jason with Elevate Physical Therapy, Fitness, and Performance, and just a little bit about us. So we started in March of 2020, opened right before COVID hit. It's been a wild ride. So one of the things I'm super passionate about is this idea of being guides, or think about like a map and compass. If you think about our job as physical therapists is to take a person who's had an injury and help them kind of go from point A to point B. And everybody's journey is different. It's never a straight line. It's nice to have someone that's been there, that's walked that path before many times. And so we see it as our honor and privilege to be able to walk with patients through those little steps along the way of getting back to doing the things they love. So to get a hold of us at Elevate, you can call our number at 541-887-2030. Check out our website, elevateptfp.com. Or check us out on Instagram, shoot us a message.
Bottom of the fourth inning, 6, 7, and 8 due up for the Ole's in this half as they lead the Klamath Falls Falcons 2-0. My name is Josh Eldridge. Thanks for joining us for another edition of Falcons Baseball. Back tomorrow, although is it at 1 o'clock or is it at 4? If the Falcons aren't able to make a comeback in this game, they'll be playing Columbia Gorge tomorrow at 1. But the winner will play at 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Here's the first pitch to Colden Clark. That one struck well, deep to center field. Hoblet going back and makes the catch. 1 pitch and 1 out in the fourth. So now it brings up Rowdy Williams, 0 for 1 in the ball game today for Eugene. Rowdy struck out in the first inning and now faces Hunter Glidden for the second time today. Bottom of the fourth inning, Eugene leads by 2. Here's the pitch from Glidden. Nice curveball, called a strike, 0-1. Williams, a .261 hitter this season, gets on base about 37% of the time. Here's the 0-1, another breaking ball from Glenn. I think he tried to go slider on that one, but didn't have enough bite downward action. And so he misses upstairs. Count is even to Williams. Here's the 1-1. Fastball inside, hit to Meyer at third. Plays it on a couple of hops. Strong throw to Hamilton in time. 2 up, 2 down in the fourth. So brings up Zach Hermanson, 0 for 1 in the ball game today. He flew out to left field in the second inning. Hermanson starting here at second base today. Zach Hermanson, class of 27 at Cresswell High School. Here's the first pitch to him out of the right hand of one Hunter Glidden. This is low. Count is 1-0. Cresswell, a 3A school. This season, Cresswell League champs in the Mountain Valley Conference. Shows bunt, pulls back, strike 1. Count is even. Cresswell was ranked third in the 3A classification heading into the 3A postseason this year. Took it all the way to the semifinal where they fell to the eventual state champ South Umpqua. That pitch will miss in. Count is 2-1. Zach Hermanson. Landon Vaughn due up next if the inning continues, but 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth, and the 2-1 home from Glidden. A chopper up the middle. Sims, patient, gloves it, fires to first in time, and the Ole Athletics go down in order in the fourth, thanks to some great defense for the Falcons. They do trail the Ole's by 2, though, as we go to the fifth next on 104.3 960 Sports, mybasin.com.
So lonely, I just sigh and moan. See
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coldwell Banker, where home begins.
It is the top of the fifth inning on 104.3, 960 Sports, and MyBasin.com. 2-0 the score. The Eugene Ole Athletics leading the Klamath Falls Falcons. Trustin Thomas, Max Rogers, Harley Hoblet due up this half for Klamath Falls. That's 7, 8, 9 in their order. Chuck Binstadt still out there working for the Oles. He's been great today. There's no other way to put it. He starts out Thomas with a ball low, 1-0 through 4 innings. Binstadt has allowed 2 hits. 2 strikeouts, 57 pitches. He's been highly efficient today. Ground ball out towards second. Hermanson up with it. The throw to first is there. 1 gone in the 5th. Hunter Glidden is pitched equally as efficient despite giving up a couple of runs and 5 hits in 4 innings. He struck out 3 batters. Both guys will start their 5th inning of work at 57 pitches. They've effectively matched each other stride for stride. Now, the Oles have come up with a couple more opportune hits way back in the 1st inning. They scored their 2 runs, but got those 2 runs nonetheless. As Rogers takes a strike about level with his hands. Count is 0-1 to Max. Struck out his last time up in the 2nd inning. The pitch swung on and missed. 0-2. Rogers is behind Chuck Binstadt. Eugene scored there 2 runs in the 1st inning on 3 hits in that inning. 3 consecutive hits from their second baseman, their DH, and their first baseman. You're able to string some together like that and now just try to kind of get into a holding pattern and hold on to this lead. Of course, they'd like to add some more offense. 2-run lead is certainly not comfortable against these Falcons, but with the way Binstadt is throwing, Falcons are having trouble getting base runners as Rogers takes a 1-2 pitch low. Count is 2-2. I actually suppose base runners haven't necessarily been the problem. The Falcons got base runners in the 2nd, the 1st, and the 4th, but great defense by the Oles have helped them a lot today as the 2-2 inside fastball swung on and missed. Rogers down on strikes, and it brings up Harley Hoblet. Double plays got the Oles out of the 1st, 3rd, out of the 1st, 2nd, and 4th innings. It's been good defense today, to say the very least. Here's the first pitch to Harley Hoblet. Chopper to the right side. Hermanson another chance. Tough chopper, but he reads it well and makes the throw to first in time. Falcons down in order in the 5th. We go to the bottom half next on 104.3, 960 Sports, and MyBasin.com.
The Klamath Basin is beautiful, from shimmering Klamath Lake to rich farmlands to the historic downtown. And with an average of over 300 days of sunshine every year, the Klamath Basin is a great place to be. We here at Basin Media Active have been supporting this community for many years, keeping it entertained and informed with friendly faces and familiar voices. You can stay up to date with the latest news, weather, stream live local sports, and check out our community calendar, all on our website, mybasin.com. And you can download our app for free in your app store right now. Basin Media Active, local community engaged.
It is the bottom of the 5th inning here on 104.3, 960 Sports, and on MyBasin.com. The Klamath Falls Falcons trail the Eugene Oles 2-0. Due up this half for the Oles, Landon Vaughn, Bo Travis, and Blake Singleton. That's 9, 1, and 2 in the order for the Eugene Ball Club. Hunter Glidden starting his 5th inning of work in his start. Here's the first pitch. Nice curveball. Finds the outer third against Vaughn. 0-1 the count. Vaughn 0 for 1 in the ball game. He grounded out in the 2nd. Here's the pitch from Glidden. Another curveball, a chopper up the middle. Sims on the other side of second base slings it to first. Great play by Carson to get the first out of the fifth. He is dynamic out there as a defender, a great athlete, and makes a good play to get the first out here in the fifth inning. Brings up Bo Travis. Now, Travis is 0 for 1 in the ball game, although he does have a run scored. The left-handed stick, the leadoff hitter for the Oles. Ground ball up the middle. No one's got a chance at that one, and a one-out single for the Oles in the fifth. So after Travis reaches on the one-out single, brings up Blake Singleton. He's 1 for 2 in today's ball game. Struck out in the first and singled in the third. Got as far as third base in that inning, but then was left stranded. Here's the first pitch. Showing bunt. Pitch misses high. 1-0. Singleton, a .245 hitter for the Oles this season. Gets on base about 41% of the time, although it looks like they're going to try to sacrifice to move Travis into scoring position with Coda Skinner due up next. Here's the 1-0. Maybe not. Bouncer up the middle. Sims takes it to second for 1, on to first for 2. Defensive gem by both teams today. Another double play turn this time for the Falcons to get him out of the fifth. We go to the sixth and a 2-run ball game next on mybasin.com.
Introducing Smith Bates Marcom Solutions, your trusted partner in marketing and communication. We specialize in crafting compelling campaigns, eye-catching graphics, and impactful branding materials.
Smith Bates is like working with dependable friends. They always help us build our professional image.
Through the innovative strategies that the team at Smith Bates suggested, we've been able to give the brand at Calor the boost that it desperately needed.
Unlock your potential with Smith Bates Marcom Solutions.
Rob, why do you think so many families choose Subaru here?
Because they're built for real life here in Southern Oregon.
All-wheel drive, safety, and room for everything from kids to camping gear.
And we've got Subarus in stock, ready to go when you are.
Plus, we're locally owned and deeply involved in the community.
When you buy from us, you buy from a dealership that supports Klamath Falls. Stop by and say hi.
Friendly, local, and easy to work with. That's us at Klamath Falls Subaru, right on Washburn Way.
Top of the sixth inning, and the top of the Falcons order due up as they trail the Oles from Eugene 2-0. For Eugene, 2 runs on 6 hits, 1 error thus far. For the Falcons, no runs, 2 hits, 1 error. Carson Sims, Corbin Hamilton, Jacoby Tacchini due up this half against Chuck Binstadt. First pitch swinging, fly ball to right field. Coda Skinner is going to make the catch. 1 pitch and 1 out in the sixth. And so that will bring up Corbin Hamilton. 0 for 2 in the ball game so far today. Falcons are the visitors here in this one. In the top of the sixth, they trail. Hamilton is grounded out each time, once into a double play in the first. Here he fouls one off. Count is 0-1. Hamilton, a .455 hitter, third best average on the team. OPS of 1.128. One of 4 players on this Falcons ball club with an OPS above 1. Joins Ty Teeters, Jacoby Tacchini, and Ian Meyer in that category. The count's 1-1 to Hamilton after the 0-1 missed low. Here's the pitch. Hamilton hits one high and deep to right field, but foul. He's got 2 strikes on him. Game is moving at a brisk pace. We're in the top of the 6th inning, and the game's only an hour and 6 minutes old. Here's the 1-2 to Hamilton. That one is hit well to center field, but playable for Vaughn. He makes the catch, 2 outs. And it brings up Jacoby Tacchini. Tacchini 1 for 2 in the ball game. He singled in the fourth to go along with a flyout in the first. Falcons, both of their hits came in the 4th inning when Tacchini, then Meyer both singled, but a 1-6-3 double play got the Oles out of that inning. Here, Tacchini wears the first pitch, and gets first base for his trouble. Chase Barrett going to replace him over there at first. So for the second time today, Bobo reaches first, and it brings up Ian Meyer. Meyer, like I said, also singled in the fourth, reached on an error in the second, has actually been the lead runner in 2 double plays turned today. Here's the pitch to Meyer. Misses wide, 1-0. Meyer, the team leader in average, 504 on the season. 1.157 in the OPS category. Second on the team in RBIs, 52 on the summer. The 1-0 pitch to Meyer. Misses wide, 2-0 to Meyer. If the inning continues, Colin Takini a chance next. Set is Binstat. Check over to first. Barrett slides back safely. Meyer, toes on the line in the right-handed batter's box. He likes to crowd the plate. Here's the 2-0. Meyer watches that one miss wide. Count is 3-0 to the Falcons here. And the top of the 6th inning, you don't always know how many more chances you're going to get in a ball game like this, especially with the way Binstat is throwing. He's at 75 pitches, but at this point, eligibility for the rest of the tournament is effectively out of the question. And so you're just trying to get through this game for the Oles, and they're going to ride Binstat as long as he keeps throwing like the way he has today. Colin Takini 0 for 2, grounded into a double play and struck out in 2 appearances so far today. He takes strike 1 on the outside corner, falls behind of Binstat. Should the inning continue, P.J. Safford is due up next for the Klamath Falls Falcons. Hermanson trying to keep Barrett close at second. Binstat sees the lead. It's not huge over there. The 0-1 home. Takini, line drive, right field, base hit. They're waving in Barrett, and he is going to score. Advancing to third is Meyer, and the Falcons are on the board in the 6th inning. The tying run to third, and Colin Takini comes up when it matters most. An RBI single late in this one. Finally, the Falcons fans in attendance given something to cheer about today, and P.J. Safford a chance to tie this ball game in the 6th inning. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. It's going to need to be a base hit here for P.J. He wants to drive in that run. Safford today 0 for 1. Grounded into a double play in the 4th. He walked, though, in the 2nd. Board at first is Colin. Here's the pitch from Binstat. First pitch taken from Safford. Throw down is not going to be in time. Breaking for the plate. The throw is high. Meyer scores. Tie ball game. Now advancing to third is Colin Takini. The Falcons' aggressiveness on the base paths pay off. Rowdy Williams double pump faked his throw down to second, and that hesitation allows the Falcons to capitalize and tie the game in the 6th. Now the go-ahead run at third for Safford, tied up at 2. Here's the pitch from Binstat. That one's going to miss up. Oh, goodness gracious. A pitch above the letters called a strike, above the hands, frankly. Safford's going to have to protect just about any pitch coming through here. The count is 0-2. Pitch on the way from Binstat. Here it comes. Safford, ground ball to short. Hartman up with it. Throw on to first is clean, and that'll do it here in the 6th. But a brand new ball game to the bottom half of the 6th. We go next on 104.3, 960 Sports and MyBasin.com. We're tied at 2 at the state tournament.
When your care feels complicated, you need someone who won't back away. At Heartfelt, they are known for taking on the cases others won't. Complex, high-risk, and deeply personal situations.
Specific power, we can't predict the future, but we're preparing for every possibility. With more extreme weather year-round, we're investing in an energy system ready for what comes next. By strengthening the grid, using smart infrastructure, and drawing from our diverse energy resources, we're not just powering today. We're designing an energy system that's built to weather tomorrow. Energy that makes powering your greatness possible.
Bottom of the 6th inning here at Clyde Allen Field at the Oregon Coast, North Bend, Oregon. Josh Eldridge here with you. 2-2, bottom of the 6th inning. The Ole's and the Falcons tied. Coda Skinner leading things off against Hunter Glidden. First pitch misses away, 1-0. A great crowd in attendance today at the Wood Stadium at Clyde Allen Field. Quite a good contingent of Falcons fans always in attendance at every game all season long, but the Ole's traveling well from the Willamette Valley as well. They've got quite a good contingent of fans too. It's been a loud environment, a fun environment, and a great baseball game. Thanks for joining us today. 2-0 the count to Coda Skinner. The pitch from Glidden right down the middle, 2-1. Skinner today 1 for 2. He flew out in the first, singled in the third. Here's the 2-1 to Skinner. That one is hit to first. Hamilton knocks it down, scurries to the bag himself. 1 up, 1 gone in the 6th. And so that brings up Colton Hartman. Hartman 1 for 2 today. Had an RBI single in the first inning, but grounded into a double play in the third. Hartman, starting shortstop today, has been a part of a number of double plays turned by the middle infield for Eugene. He's had a great game on the defensive end as Glidden finds one off the plate for strike 1. It's been good defense by both teams today. Both teams have committed one error, but pitch misses upstairs. Count is 1-1. Actually, we'll see how they scored one of those runs for the Falcons. I'll be curious exactly how it went down, but regardless, good defense up the middle today, and in the outfield, good throws all around. It's been an entertaining baseball game. The 1-1 ripped to left field, and a one-out single for the Ole's as Hartman is now 2 for 3 today. And it brings up Ryan Letson. 7 hits on the day for the Ole's. And Letson steps in now. So we're going to call it 2 errors for the Ole's on the throw that allowed Meyer to score in the last half inning. And Coach Craig Connor comes out to chat with Hunter Glidden. He's at 69 pitches right now. And he's thrown well. They're going to take him out. Coach Craig Connor turning to the bullpen. And in steps Colby Medeiros to try to keep things where they are in the 6th inning. We're going to step aside for 60 seconds. Give the Bowtown Rockets some time to warm up. Stepping aside here on mybasin.com.
What are your goals? To get stronger, move better, feel healthier? Whatever you're aiming for, Harbor Isles is here to help you. They have brand new cardio and strength equipment. Harbor Isles offers indoor tennis courts, 4 indoor pickleball courts, energizing group classes, expert personal trainers, and a friendly, knowledgeable staff ready to guide you every step of the way. No matter what your goals are, Harbor Isles has everything you need to reach those goals. Stop by and see the difference for yourself. Harbor Isles, lose those reins and get your gains.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Colby Medeiros swarming up here, coming in place of Hunter Glidden. Relief appearance for the right-hander from Lost River High School. Medeiros making his second appearance of this state tournament, was the winner back on Wednesday in the Falcons' walk-off win against the Portland Everett Street Mechanics. Only needed 1 out to earn the win in that game. Today, it's going to be a bit more complicated. He enters in with 1 out in the 6th, then a runner on first in Colton Hartman. Medeiros on the season, leads the team in innings pitched. He's a perfect 8-0 on the season. He is the team leader in ERA, .488. And he's got to go through the teeth here to try to keep this game tied. It's Spoon over at first, in running for Hartman. The first pitch, swung on and missed. Medeiros goes off speed and lets him to swing over the top of it. Lets him 1 for 2 today. Singled in the first, grounded out in the third. Medeiros, a 2A All-State recipient, again from Lost River High School. Here's the pitch. Misses wide, 1-1. Ryan Lettsam for his part in the spring season. Class of 26 from Springfield High School. Only representatives from Springfield on this Ole's ball club. As we have to wait for the 1-1. Diving back safely was Spoon. On deck is Colden Clark for the Ole's. 1 out, runner on, 2-2, bottom 6. The pitch from Medeiros. Strike 2. Goes outside with that breaking ball and Lettsam watches it go by. Ryan Lettsam on the season is a .262 hitter. The pitch from Medeiros, waved at and missed for strike 3, and Takini thought that was 3 outs in the inning. He tossed it back out there. Luckily, Medeiros prepared for it. Now there's 2 outs in the inning, and a good save there. A rare mental lapse for Takini behind the plate, but it didn't hurt him, thankfully enough for the Falcons. It brings up Colden Clark. Clark 1 for 2 today. Singled in the first, drove in a run. He also flew out later on in the ball game. Here's a chopper to the left side. Meyer charging up with it. Throw to first. In time. Close play at first, but Meyer comes up with the out, and that'll do it in the 6th. We go to the 7th, tied at 2 on mybasin.com.
There's something special about this place. It's more than the quiet mornings and the open skies. It's more than the scenery. It's the people. Around here, people still wave when you pass by. They check in when something's wrong. They show up when it matters. At Sage Credit Union, we're proud to live and work in a region that believes in each other. A place where neighbors lend a hand, small businesses thrive, and generosity runs deep. We believe that being part of a community means giving back to it, not just with dollars, but with time, effort, and heart. That's why our employees earn paid volunteer time. That's why you'll see us at food drives, fundraisers, and the local fair. We show up for our community. This isn't just where we work. This is where we live, where we give, and where we grow. Right here, in the coffee shop, at the fundraiser, and in our local branch. At Sage Credit Union, we've found our people. We'll see you around town.
Top 7 in a tie ball game on 104.3, 960 Sports, and mybasin.com. As the sun begins to hide behind the clouds here on the Oregon coast, the wind picks up, the temperature drops a touch. 63 degrees here in North Bend, Oregon. It's perfect for me. I love this coastal weather, born and raised in it, but for the Falcons who played in the heat all year long, see how they adjust. Ball doesn't travel as much. It's been a great game so far today. Trustin Thomas, Max Rogers, Harley Hoblet against Chuck Binstadt today. First pitch called a strike on the outer third to Thomas, 0-1. Trustin today has walked and grounded out in 2 tries this afternoon against Binstadt. Pitch misses wide, counts even to Trustin. A 300 hitter this season for the Falcons. Thomas hits one high, deep to left field. It is gone! A 7th-inning homer for Trustin Thomas, and the Falcons have a 3-2 lead. The first homer of the season for Trustin. Circles the pillows and jumps up and down on his way in. The Falcons claim the lead. That one got out of here in a hurry. Seventh-inning homer for Trustin Thomas gives the Falcons a lead. First homer for Trustin, RBI 27, and Max Rogers due up next. Actually, it'll be Jacoby Nickerson. Nickerson will replace Rogers here, who is 0 for 2 as he exits the ball game. Nickerson getting his first chance today. Nickerson was 0 for 1 in yesterday's contest against Central Point. Boy, I got tongue-tied on that. That was exciting. Here's the first pitch to Jacoby Nickerson. First pitch waved at and missed. Count is 0-1. Base is empty. Only the third hit of the day for the Falcons, but only the fourth hit, but none bigger than that for Trustin. Here's the 0-1. Nickerson again chases the outside heat, falls behind 0-2. On deck is Harley Hoblet for the Falcons. The 0-2 pitch to Nickerson. Swung on and missed. Nickerson down on 3 pitches. First out in the 7th. Harley Hoblet stepping in now, 0 for 2 today. Couple of ground outs for Harley. First pitch misses outside. And the count is 1-0. After Hoblet, the lineup turns over next with Carson Sims. The pitch in near the hands, 2-0 to Hoblet. Chuck Binstadt about to throw pitch number 89 on the ball game. Here's the offering, the 2-0. Hoblet shows bunt, pulls back, and the pitch misses away, 3-0. Hoblet trying to work his way aboard here with 1 out in the inning. The Falcons lead by a run, 3-2. Here's the pitch from Binstadt. That's called a strike on the inside corner. Nice find there from Binstadt. Counts 3-1. Hoblet on the season, batting .315. The pitch. Chopped foul, 3-2. Binstadt back on the hill, working out of the windup with 1 gone in the inning. Here's the 3-2 to Hoblet. That one is again fought off foul. Hoblet a bit late on the inside pitch, but able to stick around to see another. The count is 3-2. Here comes. That one nearly hit Hoblet. He works his way aboard. A 1-out base runner for the Falcons, and in steps Carson Sims. Can't see if the Olies have anyone up and moving in the bullpen, but 93 pitches here for Binstadt. The absolute limit, I believe, is 105, high school level. Here's the first pitch. Sims tries to lay down a bunt. Harley on the move to second. No one is covering. Hartman covered a lot of ground to save that one from going into center field. There was no one there, and Hartman into a full sprint saved that one from being an error. Instead, it's just a stolen base for Harley Hoblet. In scoring position with 1 gone for Carson Sims. Hoblet just swiped his 13th base of the season. Sims looking for his first hit today. He's 0 for 2. The 1-0 pitch. Lifted foul. Counts even. 1-1 to Carson. Sims on the season, a .380 hitter for the Falcons. He's about average with the team, who bats .385 as a squad. Here's the 1-1. That one nearly hit him. He turns out of the way of it. The count is 2-1 to Sims. After Carson, in the order is Corbin Hamilton. 1 out, runner in scoring position. The Falcons have earned a 1-run lead, but any insurance would certainly help Medeiros try to slam the door in the bottom half of this 7th inning. The pitch to Sims. That's going to be called a strike on the outside, 2-2. Good two-seamer from Binstadt, started away, broke back towards the zone. He's lived out there today, and it's worked for him more often than not. Trying to set down Sims here, 2-2. He comes set. Pitch number 98 for Binstadt. He steps off, throws to Hoblet at second, but he's back safely. The second baseman, Hermanson, covering the bag there, but good job by Hoblet to stay in tune and get back there to the bag safely. Binstadt watches him all the way back to the bag before re-towing the rubber, but here we go. Pitch on the way. That one is going to miss upstairs, 3-2. First base is open. Sims digs in. The pitch from Binstadt. Here it comes. Sims hits one to right field. Skinner giving chase. That one's going to get down in front of him for a base hit. Sims digs for two, dives in safely, and a one-out double for Carson puts two men in scoring position for Corbin Hamilton. Hoblet stays at third. I don't think he had a great read on the baseball. Truthfully, probably should have been looking at Teeters, but regardless, doesn't hurt him. Just keeps two men on base for Corbin Hamilton. And at pitch number 99, Coach Strickland comes out to chat with Binstadt. This could be it for the right-hander from Marist. As gives a fist bump. Want to wait to go to commercial until we know for sure. He's got, I believe, 5 more pitches. 6 more pitches. It's 110? Okay, so 11 pitches left for Binstadt before he must be removed. It looks like Strickland going to let him go the distance. He's really deliberating it about there. Binstadt's been good today, but the 6th and the 7th have given him fits. He's going to stick in the ball game. Personally, if I was Eugene, I like this choice. I'm always a proponent of sticking with the guy that brought you here. And in this case, Binstadt has pitched well against a Falcons team that averages over 10 runs a ball game. They've only got 3 through 6 innings. They're flirting with more. And Hamilton a chance to deal some serious damage late in this ball game. By the way, that last double for Sims, double number 8 on the season. The infield comes in for the Olies. First pitch to Hamilton, misses low, 1-0. Hamilton 0 for 3 today. He's grounded out a pair of times and flown out once. Set is Binstadt, the 1-0. Here it comes. Hamilton hits one to the right side. Foul. Count is 1-1 to Corb. .455 hitter this season. 42 singles, 8 extra base hits, a slugging percentage of .555. 30 RBIs, 40 runs scored. The 1-1 to Hamilton. That one's hit to right field, foul. And Skinner won't be able to track it down. Count is 1-2. Up next is Jacoby Tacchini for the Falcons. It was a leadoff homer this inning to give the Falcons the lead from Trustin Thomas. And after a strikeout, a walk, and a double, the Falcons have 2 men in scoring position with 1 out and a 1-2 count to Hamilton. Here's the pitch. Curveball, Hamilton line drive center field. Vaughn makes the catch. Hoblet tags from third. The throw is cut off. The run scores, and the Falcons lead by 2. Hamilton with the RBI on the sacrifice fly. 2 outs in the inning. A runner in scoring position for Jacoby Tacchini. And they're going to try to say, did Hoblet leave early? And they're going to discuss it. And we're going to have a intentional walk. Are we not intentionally walking him? Well, we're having a discussion. I think we're trying to discuss if Hoblet left early. And so the umpire is going to come have a chat about it. And frankly, I didn't see it. And so I can't say one way or another. But the 3 umpires talking over there at third. I think the Olies threw to third, tagged the bag. And we've got to have a discussion about this. Did the umpires see it? They're calling the runner safe. And so now we're going to intentionally walk Tacchini. And now Barrett is going to replace him as well. And so it brings up Ian Meyer. Score is 4-2, top of the 7th inning. Meyer singled in the 4th. He walked and scored in the 6th. Looking for some insurance here for his Falcons. Good speed and scoring position for Carson Sims. Meyer strikes it well to right field. It's carrying, but it is foul. Counts 0-1 to Meyer. After Meyer in the order, if the inning continues, it's Colin Tacchini. Falcons have scored 2 in the 6th, 2 in the 7th here to take a 4-2 lead against the Olies in game number 11 of the Single A Legion State Tournament. The 0-1 to Meyer. Home from Binstat is a line drive into center field and a base hit. Sims gets the green light. The throw in from center field is cut off again. Sims scores, and it's a 5-2 ball game. And the Falcons pile on in the 7th. An RBI single for Ian Meyer moves Barrett to second. And now we're going to have a pitching change for the Olies ahead of the at-bat for Colin Tacchini. For Meyer, RBI number 53 on the season, and he gives his team a 3-run lead in the 7th. We're going to step aside, give the new arm some time to warm up for the Olies. Back after this on 104.3 960 Sports and mybasin.com.
At Geno's on East Main Street, we're always ready for sports season.
And now is a perfect time to connect with us.
We're open every morning at 6:30, serving simply good food
for your breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
We offer breakfast burritos and burgers all day, Italian family recipes,
monthly specials, amazing desserts, and of course, your choice of cold or hot beverages.
Call 884-6474 right now to place a food order for pickup or use DoorDash delivery.
Or best of all, come dine in with us.
Geno's on East Main, simply good food.
Check out our full menu and all our activities at ilovegenos.com. Geno's on East Main, simply good food.
Josh Eldridge back with you here in the top of the 7th inning on 104.3 960 Sports and mybasin.com. Nolan Spears, the new man out there for the Olies as they trail the Falcons 5-2, top of the 7th inning at the Oregon Single-A Allegiant State Tournament. Looking at the numbers for Spears this season, this is his 14th game pitched. He leads the team in that category. A lot of relief appearances. This is relief appearance number 11 for him. He's got a 2-1 record. He's got a couple of saves, although this not a save opportunity, just trying to escape this half inning. An ERA of 3.54 entering play today against the Falcons, who've surged for 3 runs here in the 7th to take a 3-run lead. And with 2 outs, in steps Colin Tacchini. Had an RBI single in the 6th. Otherwise, he has struck out and grounded into a double play so far today. First pitch misses high, 1-0. Nolan Spears, the right-hander, class of 28 from Cottage Grove High School, one of 2 representatives for Cottage Grove on this Olies ball club. Here's the 1-0. Misses in the turf, gets away from the catcher. Both men are going to advance. To third, it's Barrett. To second, it's Meyer. And a base hit could score a pair here for Colin Tacchini. And again, with Medeiros going out there to throw next. Assumedly for the Falcons, going to try to close out a win on his behalf. Anything will help. Right now a 3-run cushion, but nothing is comfortable. Here's the 2-0 home, nearly hit Tacchini. He works ahead 3-0. After Colin in the order, it's P.J. Safford. Spears comes set. Motions home with the 3-0. That one misses in, and the bases are loaded for Safford. Safford 0 for the ball game. Has grounded into a double play once, has walked once, and a standard ground out last inning in the 6th. He's the 9th batter to hit this half inning for the Falcons. Trying to put an exclamation part on this half inning as that pitch called a strike, 0-1. Knee-high fastball into Safford. PJ destined for Oregon Tech in the fall. Bats .344 this season for the Falcons. The 0-1. Hit well to center field. Vaughn coming in, makes the catch. That'll retire the side, but the Falcons score 3 once on the solo homer from Trustin Thomas. And they lead 5-2. To the bottom half of the 7th we go next on mybasin.com.
Come on in. Hey, I'm Jason with Elevate Physical Therapy, Fitness, and Performance, and just a little bit about us. So we started in March of 2020, opened right before COVID hit. It's been a wild ride. So one of the things I'm super passionate about is this idea of being guides, or think about like a map and compass. If you think about our job as physical therapists is to take a person who's had an injury and help them kind of go from point A to point B. And everybody's journey is different. It's never a straight line. It's nice to have someone that's been there, that's walked that path before many times. And so we see it as our honor and privilege to be able to walk with patients through those little steps along the way of getting back to doing the things they love. So to get a hold of us at Elevate, you can call our number at 541-887-2030. Check out our website, elevateptfp.com. Or check us out on Instagram, shoot us a message.
Bottom third of the order for the Oles to try to get something going as they trail the Falcons by 3. A 5-2 ball game. Rowdy Williams, Zach Hermanson, and Landon Vaughn. The Falcons took the lead in the top half. It's up to Medeiros to protect it. The first pitch is hit deep to left field. That one is foul. Count is 0-1. Williams 0 for 2 in the ball game. He struck out in the first, grounded out in the fourth. Williams from Oak Ridge High School, class of 28, steps back in against Medeiros. Here's the pitch. Two-seam fastball hit over the head of Meyer down into left field, and a leadoff single for the Oles. Just what you need for Eugene. You want to make a comeback into this ball game. Started out with a leadoff base hit. For Williams, it's his first of the day. And we've got Coach Craig Connor coming out to chat with Colby Medeiros. And PJ Safford follows in tow. This might be it for Colby. And it is. Should the lead hold, Medeiros would be in line for a win. Safford looking to collect a save. We'll step aside here for 60 seconds, give PJ some time to get loose, and we'll give you a deeper look at him when we come back in 60 seconds here on 104.3 960 Sports and MyBasin.com.
So lonely, I just sigh and moan. Seems like I've been waiting forever, wondering if you're coming home. I just saw your face, I know you're coming home. I swear there is no place that feels as good as home. And then I heard your voice, I know you're coming home. I know you're coming home.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coltwell Banker, where home begins.
After a leadoff single to start out the bottom half of the seventh inning, the Falcons make a change on the hill. PJ Safford taking over for Colby Medeiros. Safford on the season, appearing for the 12th time this summer. It is his 11th relief appearance of the year. 27 2/3 innings pitched. He's a 2-2 record. 16 hits, 5 earned runs, an ERA of 1.265 entering play today. Safford without a save yet, although they've used him in these late inning opportunities this season. This is a save opportunity for Safford here in the bottom of the seventh. His first task is Zach Hermanson. First pitch from Safford. Curveball finds the outer third for strike one. It was Williams who led off this inning with a single. He still stands at first. Hermanson 0 for 2 in the ballgame. Flew out to left and grounded out so far today. The 0-1 pitch, he shows bunt. He lays it down the third base side. Safford comes off the hill. Throw to first is in time. And they walk Williams back to second. No one was covering the second base bag. Sims wisely going to cover third. Same with Jacoby down there. Sims tried a similar play on the offensive side of the baseball in the first inning. He knew what was up. But Williams advances into scoring position there. And it brings up Landon Vaughn with one gone in the inning. Vaughn, the number 9 hitter in the order, 0 for 2 today. Jacoby Tacchini telling the corners of his infield to play back. Not trying to protect a bunt of any kind of variety, as Meyer was playing even with the bag. Same with Hamilton, and the captain of the infield instructs his infield to play back. First pitch to Landon Vaughn on the way. There's one gone in the 7th. Safford set. Here's the pitch. That one misses low. A nice job by Tacchini to knock it down. Count is even. A ball and a strike. After Vaughn in the order, lineup turns over. Bo Travis due up next. Safford, the recent graduate of Klamath Union High School, looks in, gets the signal from Tacchini. Now the 1-0. Curveball misses up, 2-0. Vaughn on the season, a .284 hitter for the Olies. Couple of extra base hits, 11 RBIs on the summer for him. Big spot late in this ball game. 5-2, Falcons lead, 1 out, runner in scoring position for the Olies. The 2-0 from Safford misses away, 3-0. The Olies scored their 2 runs back in the first inning. With 3 straight 2-out singles, Colton Hartman and Colton Clark drove in runs. But since then, the well has been dry. We'll see if it stays that way in the 7th. Safford issues a walk with 1 out in the inning, puts 2 men on, 1 man out. And back to the top of the order for Bo Travis. Travis today is 1 for 2. He walked and scored in the first, struck out in the second, and singled in the 5th. Travis bats here from the left side. Now you could think about a sacrifice for the Olies, although it doesn't matter much with you down by 3. Still, the corners play even with the bag for the Falcons. The Olies going to be swinging the bat here as Travis takes a strike. The count is 0-1. Travis, the team's leading hitter this season, a .403 batting average. Second on the team in doubles, tied for the team in triples with 4 this year. Showing bunt, pulls back a bunt, and hits it to the left side. It is through and a base hit. Rogers charging. They hold the runner at third, and the tying run is on in the 7th. Brings up Blake Singleton. Williams to third, Vaughn to second. Travis aboard after the base hit. Nowhere to put him as Singleton steps in. He's 1 for 3 today. Struck out in the first, singled, and was left stranded in the 3rd. Grounded into an inning-ending double play in the 5th inning. Safford would love another one of those here to close out a ball game. From the windup, Safford steps off. I think he wants to go from the stretch. Nope. Still throwing from the windup. Gets the signal from Tacchini. Now the pitch. Firm fastball on the outer 3rd. 0-1. Singleton from North Eugene High School, class of 27, looking to come up in a huge spot for his ball club in the last of the 7th. The 0-1 nearly hit him, but that was a curveball from Safford. Had enough bite to avoid the batter, but still missed the strike zone. 1-1. Coda Skinner is due up next for the Olies. High leverage spot. Here's the 1-1. That's a ground ball to Sims at short. He mishandles it, and everyone's going to be safe, and a run scores. 5-3, the Falcons still lead as Williams scores, Vaughn to third, Travis to second, and Singleton reaches on the error. And now the winning run is on base for the Olies, and Craig Connor going to come out of the Falcons dugout and have a chat with the whole infield after that misplayed ball there at short. Makes things a bit more complicated. Skinner, as he gets ready to step in, though, will be 1 for 3. And as they chat things over on the mound, we'll remind you today's broadcast on mybasin.com is brought to you in part by Abby's Legendary Pizza. If you're looking for a great place to eat, head to one of Abby's Legendary Pizza locations in the Basin at 1919 Austin Street or 2226 Shalleck Street near OIT. And also here in Coos Bay, the Falcons had a nice meal there Wednesday night. Abby's Legendary Pizza has always been a proud supporter of high school sports in Oregon. Tying run in scoring position, winning run aboard, 1 out, bottom of the 7th. Here at the Single A State Tournament. Not an elimination game, but you win this one and you're off to the Northwest Class A Regional. Here's the first pitch to Skinner. Hit to center field. That one gets down in front of Hovland and skips over his head. 1 run is going to score. Singleton is going to score all the way from first. And the Olies with a walk-off winner in the 7th. A 6-5 final here at the state tournament. The hero is Coda Skinner. Cleared the bases and won the game. We'll step aside for 2 minutes and break this one down for you next and let you know what's to come for the Falcons. Their season not over. It continues tomorrow here at the Class A Legion State Tournament on 104.3 960 Sports and mybasin.com. 6-5 the final.
What are the best words you can hear tonight?
Order ready for Susan?
And if you hear those words at Abby's, you know it's going to be a legendary meal. Your pizza is loaded with toppings to the edge, premium ingredients, and real cheese. Yeah, baby. Gather with friends, play some video games, and watch the big game on TV. That's made Abby's a legendary pizza tradition for generations. And when you're ready to hear those magic words,
Tom, your order's ready.
You know where to go. You're always welcome at Abby's.
There's something special about this place. It's more than the quiet mornings and the open skies. It's more than the scenery. It's the people. Around here, people still wave when you pass by. They check in when something's wrong. They show up when it matters. At Sage Credit Union, we're proud to live and work in a region that believes in each other. A place where neighbors lend a hand, small businesses thrive, and generosity runs deep. We believe that being part of a community means giving back to it, not just with dollars, but with time, effort, and heart. That's why our employees earn paid volunteer time. That's why you'll see us at food drives, fundraisers, and the local fair. We show up for our community. This isn't just where we work. This is where we live, where we give, and where we grow. Right here, in the coffee shop, at the fundraiser, and in our local branch. At Sage Credit Union, we've found our people. We'll see you around town.
At Pacific Power, we can't predict the future, but we're preparing for every possibility. With more extreme weather year-round, we're investing in an energy system ready for what comes next. By strengthening the grid, using smart infrastructure, and drawing from our diverse energy resources, we're not just powering today. We're designing an energy system that's built to weather tomorrow. Energy that makes powering your greatness possible.
Final score here today from Clyde Allen Field in North Bend. The Klamath Falls Falcons fall to the Eugene Ole Athletics at the state tournament. A 6-5 final score. For the Oles today, 6 runs come on 10 hits. They commit 2 errors. For the Falcons, 5 runs on 6 hits. They also commit 2 errors. It was a 4-run surge in the bottom of the 7th inning for the Oles, capped off with a 3 RBI double from Coda Skinner to clear the bases and win the game for the Oles. With this win for Eugene, they have advanced to the Northwest Class A Regional Tournament and have moved on, of course, in this state tournament. They will take on Central Point in the 4 o'clock game tomorrow. The Falcons are back at 1 against the Columbia Gorge Hustlers for an elimination game again tomorrow at 1 o'clock. For the Oles, playing a non-elimination game tomorrow, whatever the case or the outcome for them on Saturday, they've at least advanced to Sunday and have at worst secured a runner-up finish at this state tournament, meaning again they have moved on to the Northwest Class A Regional Tournament for them. A fantastic season, and it will continue August 6th through the 10th in Casper, Wyoming. The Falcons now have to battle through a few elimination games to try and defend their 2025 state championship. They'll need 3 more wins to do it beginning tomorrow at 1 o'clock. That'll be our next broadcast for you on mybasin.com. Before we head off the air, I want to give you today's winning and losing pitchers. The winning pitcher, Nolan Spears, recorded 1/3 of an inning, reminiscent of the Falcons' own walk-off win earlier in the tournament where their winning pitcher recorded just 1 out for a win. Spears walked 1 batter, but of course got the winning out that he needed. P.J. Safford on the hook for the loss, pitching 1/3 of an inning, giving up 2 hits and 3 runs, though just 1 earned. Offensively for the Falcons, Carson Sims was 1 for 3. Jacoby Takini was 1 for 2. Ian Meyer 2 for 3 with an RBI. Trustin Thomas 1 for 2. His first homer of the season, scored a run and an RBI. It was a solo shot in the 7th inning of this one. It was a back-and-forth game. You can't take anything away from the show that all these boys put on the field today. The Falcons have played in 2 of the best games of the tournament, one on Wednesday and then this one today. Objectively great baseball being played here at the Oregon Single-A Legion State Tournament. And like I said, plenty to come tomorrow. Falcons play at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon in an elimination game against the Columbia Gorge Hustlers. The Ole's back at 4 o'clock tomorrow against Central Point. But for now, that about does it for us on 104.3 960 Sports and mybasin.com. Want to thank everybody involved with making today's broadcast possible. Both head coaches, Mr. KJ Strickland for the Eugene Ole's and, of course, Sean Teeters for the Klamath Falls Falcons. Big thanks to Julie, who's been working up with me in the box here at Clyde Island Field. And thanks to you for joining us for another edition of Klamath Falls Falcons baseball. Back tomorrow afternoon at 1 in an elimination game against Columbia Gorge. But until then, enjoy the rest of your Friday evening. My name is Josh Eldridge. So long and good night from the Oregon coast.